Peace, everyone. I'm putting up my little garden today. Got some tomatoes. As you can see, kind of late. Put them in the ground. They already started growing. And got some little kale over here, some Swiss chard. Got a nice little plant. It's been dragged over this way as well. Interesting. Gypsy, you do that? Yes, you did. So much is happening in the night now. As we get prepared for this, we can already hear let's just say the winds in the night. Interesting, because the sun beams in on this part of my garden. All these little stems and sticks and this whole pathway that I've created behind here. It's a lot of work to do, first of all. You find yourself constantly working all the time. It will be from sun up to sundown, non-stop work, period. What's deep about it is you can't have nobody lazy on your team. You can't have anyone lazy on your team. You can't have anyone who is hesitant to build with you right now, because people telling themselves all the time, and a person and a man and or a woman is only as good as his and or her word. So one thing that I've noticed about people who have, been CHIPED, how you spell it, PPED, you know what I mean, will be quick to make broken promises, constantly promising to do something but never following through with it, making other plans to stray away from you, to not be a part of the team, to not be a part of the plan. Take note on that now, because if they're doing that now, they're definitely going to be doing that when everything goes down, when it's time to really truthfully work. And even if they do come around to do a little bit of work, these are going to be the ones who are going to be fragmented in many ways, because they're not going to feel comfortable at all because of certain measurements that you're going to have to be putting in place to protect yourself from when they have their chips turned on. So you be very mindful of, what you're building, who you're building it with. What you doing, Jips? You always sitting in the sun somehow. Huh? You gonna be a good girl today? Are you gonna be good today? We'll see. It's so much with a homestead. I thought I was gonna come in and just throw up 20 acres overnight worth of all of my stuff, but I just found every single dime that I have going towards this, and just working diligently as an ant, trying to get myself familiar with the grounds, the snakes that are around, studying snakes instead of being afraid of them, learning which ones are poisonous, which ones will jump at me, which ones I gotta jump back at. Staying in shape constantly all the time myself, so therefore there's no telling who I gotta carry or drag, or what I gotta carry and drag. Learning stuff like this, like piles like this. Snakes like to hide in piles like this, but we have to travel all the time to the back of my property, where a beautiful, let's just say, I don't even know what to call it. Looks just like a beautiful water city. It's like a whole nother world, like something off of Castaway Island or something. It's pretty deep, but stuff like this, like I want to come out and do. It's a lot of work, but at the same time, as you can see, we are pretty much hidden back here when everything goes down. We do have several caves on our property, but we have learned that inside of the caves are our ancestors, are our people. And there's nothing that we have to be afraid of personally. Piles like this is also snakes that you see right there. But the thing about it is, we have a covenant with the snakes that are on the land. And the snakes cannot bite us, but they can definitely bite other people who try to come in infiltrate our property or infiltrate our land in any way, shape, or form. You have to know your environment. You have to know your surroundings. You have to be very much aware of the people that are around you. Who's going to be afraid of what? Who's going to run from what? Who is going to be strong to help you if you had to be lifted up out of a rock or had to climb a tree all of a sudden? What about your children? You got to teach the children now what to do. You can't wait last minute to be saying, okay, if mommy says stay here, because the children are not going to stay if they're afraid. They're going to run. And you got to teach them life skills now, because our children have been given the short end of the stick by placing any type of PlayStation games, Xboxes in their hand. I don't have any of those things in my house. No PlayStation games are allowed, no Xboxes, because those are soul snatchers. This is why you see the children running into walls. This is why those are the most spoiled children. This is why they don't want to do no work. This is why they could never come out here and do mountain work just off the bat without complaining or feeling like you've taken them through some type of trauma camp. Get yourselves in shape now. My whole entire property is all uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. So we're constantly working out. We're constantly having ourselves on the move. But where is your water supply? You need a constant water supply. You also need to figure out how to start fires, how to constantly stay starting fires. For example, you can gather little sticks like this. Like I got a firewood area, but you can gather little sticks like this and put them together. Keep putting them together. Be careful when you grab some of the sticks like this, because some of the sticks like this look just like the snakes. All right? And remember, these little brush piles right here is what the snakes hide in. But definitely try to get like the little itty bitty sticks like this. Put them all together. Once you put these all together, then there's something called grass. It's just like the little grass that we use, but it's like this. Comes like in the form of hay. That is what will keep the fire going once you rub the sticks together and get that spark. Okay? If you're lucky, then you will have huge, large trees on your land. And the trees that are on your land, you'll have logs such as this. Now, if you have the big logs such as this, you will be able to lay these logs, lay one the long way, and lay 3 of them sideways, like right next to each other, and then put the little logs under them, and that will start a fire. That's plenty of wood for us, as well as other trees that are down that we left. That will be plenty of wood for us when winter arrives, and we're gonna begin getting that chopped up now. Hopefully you're investing in off-grid things such as wood stoves, such as building your own outdoor stove, such as just getting ready for America, even if you're in America or the outskirts of America, to be a third world country. So if you're lucky, then you can get a bucket from Lowe's and put a pool spiral around it, a pool noodle around it, glue it to the top of it. It feels just as comfortable as a toilet. Put a trash bag inside of it, and then put kitty litter inside of that. Kitty litter is good for so much stuff like snow, ice, as well as your stool. But you can also use that stool for fertilizer. So what about your pets? What are they going to eat? Your animals, you got to take care of them, because they also communicate with the other animals in the land. And they let them know whether you're treating them right or you're mistreating them. The birds will come around you. Heard something snapping in the trees. See, we be ready around here. Gotta be ready. Let something run out if it want to. Probably would have startled me back in the day, but now, being out here in the mountains, if it runs out, trust me when I say we be ready for any and all things. Literally. Maybe I'll come back with y'all later, and y'all can put up this gate with me in this garden, and we can do that together. And that's something that I can show you. See that gate? That's what I was telling you I bought. And down the street, there is a shortage of supply of iron, metal, copper, aluminum. So we found this gate. Well, I want to get some livestock in, but most importantly, put some stuff around for my garden to start sectioning things off. This is my own personal garden, not including what is already here on the property. It's so much of it, it's a vast of it, and I have yet to go back in the back corner of the property, but I'll take y'all with me. The best thing that you can do right now, because you're gonna run out of supplies, is to learn the land, learn to live off the grid, learn to live off of the land. That's the best thing that you can do, and try to find a place that you can do that and be comfortable doing that, all right? In the meantime, I will say try to get yourselves mentally prepared as best as possible. Get your children prepared as best as possible. A lot of people are not going to want to come with you or do this with you. They're going to fight you. They're going to be like, I don't want to do that. They will make up every excuse in the world to not be a part of it right now. And trust me when I say, if they're not building with you now, I'm telling y'all, you're going to have problems with these specific individuals, because these are the ones that don't want to unplug from the matrix. And they will do anything to defend the matrix. And no matter what you tell them, they'll be the ones that will still be trying to go back in the world and see what's out in the world. I know this for a fact, because even coming off a grid for me, I still go down to the mountain to upload videos for y'all on the internet, and there's days where I don't do it, that I feel withdrawals, even just from the internet alone. But I'm fine with it, because I've been, at it for a minute. But it was very shocking when we first came from, being in a skyriser, being in automatic internet all the time, push of a button, push of a hat, to just nothing. No internet, no lights, no nothing. And I love it, because as you can hear, the birds are around because there's no white noise. And we are basically auditioning different companies right now that want to pay us to put windmills on our property for us to generate our own power, our own electricity. And that way it's a more natural way, a more natural setting. I grew up in Palm Springs, California. There's windmills literally everywhere. So this is a very fun experience, and most importantly, it's very educational for the children, and it's root work. Like, for example, it's what our ancestors have done historically, like what they put into the ground for us to be able to survive. The best way to survive is the natural way to survive. There are trees that you can literally eat and brush your teeth with that will clean your teeth, sticks from the trees. And then we have a variety of our own leaves that have coffees, teas, toiletries, food that we are not only going to be selling on our website, and we're selling that now. What we're selling right now is the new Shithauls. That is the toilet paper leaves that also give you tea and coffee. And then we are stretching ourselves out to spread our message even more at farmers markets. If y'all want to donate to be part of our bee fund, we would be very glad that you did that. I believe our bees are about $450. So I am taking a fund drive for that, because the bees are going to help make medicine and help us sustain the children and the seniors that come here for us to care for during the Battle of Armageddon. So look in the Cash App link below to donate towards our B fund. Any amount would help. Just ask your guides what they, ask God what he wants you to do, what is ever laid on your heart. But either way, if I've touched your life in any way, shape, or form, or have helped you heal in any way, shape, or form, and you want to, donate into my ministry, then look in the description box for my Cash App or PayPal. And other than that, I'll keep everything going and moving until the next message. If you want a personal message, same thing as well. Look in the description box, and I give you personal messages as well. I'm about to head out personally to go down to the waterfall. Maybe I'll do a message there. But in the meantime, this is just a little bit of, my morning, my day. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning right now, or maybe about 5 minutes to 6. Gonna get the day started. I gotta come back and do some gardening, but first I'm gonna get to the waterfall and have fun doing that. All right, so see y'all soon. Love you. Till the next video. Peace.